What's going on, everybody? My name is Fliptriq, joined here with DMC. Still looking for more cast members. If anybody's interested, be sure to send us a message or anything. Trophy Chasers Podcast, episode 14, actually. That image is wrong. I didn't have time to update that. I'll fix that here in a second. Anyway, episode 14. How you doing, DMC?
Hey, doing well, man. Glad to be here.
Good, me too. You had a good
And
week?
I did, man. I did. I've come to the conclusion, Flip, that I may not be able to platinum sound shapes. Without stabbing myself in the chest. So I'm gonna slow walk that thing, man. But other than that, man, I'm doing great.
You just take it one level at a time, just one level a day.
Level a day. No, that's the words of wisdom for playing games with for folks with a little patience. I'm not a hypertension guy, but that game makes me feel like it. So kudos to all you guys out there that got the plat on that. That's freaking awesome. I'm very upset about it.
It took Justin a long time to get it. He's in the chat right now. Remember, he was frustrated on a couple levels, and then I live streamed him, and he was able to get him a couple minutes after I finished him.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
There's hope.
So it was fun to jump back in there for a little while. I think that was about a month or so ago. I don't know. I just remember playing it recently, just to show him the levels he was stuck on. It was fun.
Cool.
Yeah. Anything else you've been doing lately?
No, I've been living the life of Destiny of spirits, and
I finally
I
got
realized.
my first super record. I was excited about
Congrats,
that.
man. Yeah, absolutely. So I've been loving that, man. It's one of those games where it actually absolutely has, for trophy chasers, there's absolutely zero reward after you get the first 50% of the trophies, and you don't really start to pick up the remaining ones till the very end of the game. So it's one of those deals where I pick it up, play it before I go to bed, play it real quick when I wake up in the morning time, and if I'm traveling, it kind of goes in the car and it hunts for me. I pick up spirits that way, but that's an awesome game as well. And then I've touched on the Hobbit. So yeah, I've been all over the place, man. Just having a ball.
Yeah. I also finally got a cat from Gravity Rush.
Which one did you get? The green cat, black cat?
Originally, I got the original cat, and then I had a pending trade from one of the viewers who wanted that cat. They gave me the spy costume cat.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I bought another one of the Gravity Rush summonables that got the exact same thing. So I have two spy costume cats, and I merged them together. So now she's level 30.
Awesome.
She's pretty good. Her stats are pretty good. Um, what else have I been playing? I haven't played a lot lately. I've been out a lot recently. I completely forgot about Lego The Hobbit. I forgot I wanted to go back and finish that. Played some of Child of Light, a couple hours into that. I haven't gotten to Daylight yet. I want to. I played the first 3 or 4 hours or so of Spiderman.
I heard that game was the most awesome thing since creation of video games, man.
I felt bad. I just had to stop the live stream. I was just tearing the game apart. I was not having a good time with it at all. I loved the first one. The first one was amazing. And this one just was extremely frustrating. This is the 5th Spider-Man. I know it's not the 5th game, but the 5th Spider-Man story that's came out in the past 10 years or so. Because there's the 3 Tobey Maguire movies, and then the Amazing Spider-Man, and this Amazing Spider-Man 2. So I'm pretty sure they've drilled the story into our heads. Everybody knows Spider-Man's backstory by now. So I don't understand why the first hour or so of this game is chasing down Uncle Ben's killer again.
Oh, so it's a regurgitation. That does suck. You do want the story to progress, and there's not a single person on this green earth who doesn't know Spider-Man's story. And it's when we talk about these superhero games, one of the things that's so refreshing is when they assume that you know what's going on.
Yeah, like Batman does that every time.
Yeah.
You rarely see the Batman, Bruce Wayne's parents get murdered outside the theater. That you don't see that very often. Occasionally you do. Like at the beginning of each trilogy, you'll see it, but
Yep.
they don't throw it into your face every single chance they get. And this game did it again. first I thought it was just gonna be like a shortcut scene where it's like a prologue to kind of get you up, and I was okay with that. But then you started going, you had to hunt down the killer, you had to investigate, see who he was, and how you could track him down. You had to hunt for the tattoo, and I just wasn't feeling it. I just didn't care.
Ah,
And then
well,
the mechanics, it feels like, I'm pretty sure it's the same developers, but it feels like the mechanics took a step backwards. Because I remember my favorite part of the first Spider-Man game was just swinging through the city, and the city looked great. This time, the graphics don't look as good as they used to, which is odd. But I'm not a huge graphics guy. I don't really care about that, so that's not too big of an issue. But whenever you're swinging from, I guess, rope to rope or string to string, whatever you want to call it, there's like a delay when you press the button before he like shoots it. So you'll swing over and then you'll press your button down and then just like wait a few seconds and then he does the other one. And you have to like alternate triggers this time instead of just one button, which I don't think was a thing in the first one. I thought it was just one button and it's also really hard to aim. I ran into walls and it was like wall running and stuff. I was trying to go in a straight line and I could not do it. It was very, very difficult. I was not having
wow.
that. The only thing good about the game that I could say is the combat looked good. It didn't play well. There wasn't a whole lot to do. It was really repetitive, really, really bland. Maybe that'll change once I get more powers, if I end up playing it anymore. But it was really bland, but it looked great. All the combat animations, they were fun to watch, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. So that they got that slow motion final hit thing happening on every single enemy.
Just the final enemy.
Enemy. Okay.
Yeah, not every single one of them. But as you're doing your, like, you press circle to shoot, like a web blast, I guess, or you could punch.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't seem like there was any combo. Those are the only two buttons, and you have like triangle to dodge, which worked way better than it did in Arkham Origins. It's more responsive. So, but as you're punching and doing your combos, there's not like at least I haven't seen anything where it showed various combo prompts. But he's doing all these different animations, so like eventually throw his web up and grab him, pull him down, or pull two guys together. So,
okay.
Anyway, the combat works. It looks really cool. It's fun to watch, but overall the game's not bad or not good. And then I pressed. Another thing. There's too much stop and go. Way too many cutscenes. Every time you do a side mission, it feels like it needs to pull out and show you Whitney Chang's news report on that situation. Every single side mission that takes a couple minutes to do. And if it was like, I would be okay with it if it was one cutscene for each side mission, or like each genre, I guess, of side missions. So you'd have like a total of 5, but not every single individual side mission.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds like a bear to go through. Yeah.
Oh, and the menus. Well, one more second. There's one more thing I got. The menus look terrible. I've never played a game with worse looking menus. I don't know how to describe it, but they were horrendous looking. It looked like there was no attention paid to that at all. They were blurry. They were hard to read. They didn't navigate very well. It was bad.
Heck, this game is sounds like this game is on par with Rambo.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm curious to see what other people think about this game because I was not feeling it.
Wow. Well, that's one game I don't have to play. Looking forward to not messing with that one.
Yeah. I haven't got a trophy in it yet either. I don't know.
Oh, that sucks. So how far are you in it? You said you're a few hours in it?
Like 2 or
3 hours and no trophies?
Yeah, it's weird. I'm thinking about just deleting my profile. Not worried about it.
That's way to go. The Hobbit, that's one of the most rewarding games in the sense that every time you complete a mission, you get the trophies. I mean, you know about these Lego games. I haven't played or platinumed a Lego game yet, so this was going to be my first. It's just that while I'm progressing through the story, I'm thinking that I'm almost there, near the end, and I'm halfway through. Kind of disappointing. I'm ready to wrap the thing up. I know the story, right? But it's very charming. What's new for me is the last time I played a Lego game, and this is outside of Marvel superheroes. They were all grunts. So I'm old. Look, I'm telling you guys old news here, right? But I do think it's very, very pleasant to hear the voice actors sound just like the actual movie actors. Some of the scenes, the actual voices are pulled directly from it. Really, really charming. And it has all those little built-in little funny quirks associated with the Legos. Really like that game. So, I can see how these will be staples in the trophy chaser pursuit, right? That they're fun, they're charming, they're progressive. You're gonna spend 20 plus hours on them, right? But at the end of the day, you knock it out. So I'm looking forward to that too. And I haven't played that since I've been trying to kill myself slowly with the sound shapes. But I'm gonna enjoy jumping back on that one.
Yeah, I enjoyed what I played of it. I liked it a lot. The combat's a lot more advanced than any of the other Lego games, so it was cool.
Yeah, cool.
Made it a lot more interesting, I guess. What about Child of Light? You said you played that a little bit.
Yeah, I did. I played the first, maybe the first 2 or 3 chapters, and up until the point where she gets some wings. So hopefully that's
It's not spoiler. That's in every
not
video.
a spoiler. Yeah, really, really fantastic game. I love it. It's a classic puzzle type platformer. But I think it's done very well. The only thing that I don't like about the game so far is the narrator.
I don't like the fact that there's no map.
I'm okay with that because I think it forces exploration. Now that's a game I've been playing. I think, and I've only gotten 1 trophy so far. My daughter's played with me a little bit, so she's been Firefly, or Firelight, whatever
Yeah.
what's the name, Flip? Did I screw that one up?
Something like
All right.
that. It's a Firefly, but he has a name. I have no idea what it is.
So that's been awesome, and I think the combat is really unique, and where you're actually playing back and forth between slowing down and doing interruption breaks and or the guards would actually speed you up.
Does that stress you out?
Innovative.
Does that stress you out at all? It was cool when it was just me and like 1 or 2 enemies, and then it was like my party and 3 or 4 enemies, and I can't decide who matches up with who, and I'm just
two white ghosts and a grasshopper.
Yeah.
That's incredibly too fast. I did get stressed out. Yeah, that was a little funky, and that grasshopper was incredibly powerful. It didn't stress me out yet, and but what bugged me out is Polygon, a review site in the UK,
Right.
gave this a pretty low score. Almost a sore thumb in a river of folks who actually thought that the game was quite charming and wonderful. And
What did you think of the narrator?
Oh, getting back to the narrator, you know what? I think, and it's not her fault. If you notice, her cadence is sped up incredibly. So it's a poem,
Right.
when she's telling the story, and I think in an effort to fit her narrative in the flow of how of whatever the screens that they're showing across your screen, they're cutting off her cadence, and her lines are running together, and so it sounds like she's talking through or rushing through her her story, her poem. And I just thought that kind of broke environment for me. It broke immersion. It's a old tale. You would think that somebody with a British accent would say it, but either way, I thought she did a great job. But that breaking of the cadence it kind of makes me quirk. Other than that, which is so minor, you don't bash the game for it. I love it, and I'm looking forward to completing it and having a holistic opinion of it. I just can't see how somebody would at this very moment would just crush it.
Yeah, I like what I played. I do have a couple complaints. Like I said, there's no map. You get a world map that lets you warp from zone to zone, but I want like a Metroidvania style map. I guess.
You want an area map,
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But I can look past that. That's not that big of a deal. That's just one of their design choices. I don't like how once again some of the games voice acting and other parts are just text.
Yeah.
Too much back and forth. Just either read it all or don't read any of it to me. And then when you're going from place to place and the characters are talking to each other, it just shows up on the screen and it like slides across the screen with you, and sometimes it's hard to read, and sometimes it's really long, and you can't read it all. And
Yep.
I don't
No,
like that
no,
either.
that's actually a very, very valid complaint, and I do wish that they had, just a classic subtitle option where it just displayed across the bottom of the screen. I know where it's going to be.
Yeah.
I won't miss it. My eyes will catch it every single time.
Right.
Um,
I thought the game looks great. The art style's amazing. I like it's all watercolors. I'm pretty sure it's hand painted watercolor art for the backgrounds.
Yeah,
like
very beautiful to look at. Very beautiful. Animations, are very pleasant, and I'm looking forward to some of the bosses that I come across, because I can only imagine that they're going to be presented quite well.
I found some
But,
optional boss. Like,
so what now?
did you right after you get your wings, you go to the Tree of Thorns? Did you go?
Yes.
That? Did you go to the city?
Haven't gone there yet. Nope.
Okay.
Haven't been there.
On your way over there, if you explore a little bit, there's like an optional boss way up in the trees that has no reason to be there other than just extra loot. But it was kind of cool. The boss fight took quite a while. He had like minions that he summoned, and the loot at the end was cool. But the boss fight works. So if they keep it up, I think it's gonna be a pretty solid game.
Yeah, I think so. And like I said, I think the most pleasant part about the game is the combat. And I think once you get into a rhythm of the combat, the slowing down, the interruption, I just was pleasantly surprised. It just wasn't a dumb, I don't want to denigrate, stop go combat functionality, but I love the interaction associated with it. That just surprised me. I didn't expect it.
Yeah. Are you gonna see it all the way through? You gonna finish this one?
Yeah, I'm going to finish it. No platinum, but I will. I will try to 100% it. I think that one has no technically missable trophies, and you can go back and get anything you missed from a collectible standpoint. So that's one of those pleasant games that I do want to just get through it and knock out everything.
Yeah. I think the only trophy that's gonna be difficult is the one to collect the 30 pages.
Which I haven't collected my first page yet. So
I found one of them. I found the first one, and then later on the way to the Tree of Thorns again, I got page 8. So I guess I missed a lot already, right out the gates. So. Yep. Aside from that, though, the rest of the trophies do look pretty straightforward, pretty simple. It's unfortunate there's 19 coppers and only 1 silver, though. But it's 4 hidden trophies, which I guess are story related. There's the collectible trophy I was just talking about. Finish 3 Lumerian requests, which I guess are just side quests, probably party related. Find and open 30 chests. Defeat 5 enemies. Interrupt 3 enemies at the same time. That one's actually pretty hard. I think you'll have to slow everybody down just in time and then do a big AoE attack. So that's going to be hard to pull off. Execute 3 surprise attacks, actually. You just have to sneak up behind the enemies and get them from behind, which I did that pretty early in the game.
Okay.
Craft oculi. You get little gemstones. Have you seen those?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. You can combine the gemstones, kind of like in Diablo, and make more powerful gems. I thought those were cool too, the way you could put them in different gear slots, and they change their stats based on where you put them. Like, if you put it in a weapon, you get fire damage added to your weapon, or if you put it in your armor, you get fire resistance, or if you put it in your accessory, I think you get something along the lines of more XP or something like that.
Yep, I agree. I haven't really been able to play with it. I have loaded my armor, my weapon, and my accessories with various stones, but have no idea what they're doing. So.
Yeah, and I also like the skill tree. There's a thing called or a trophy called Perfections. Those skill trees are pretty advanced. They're huge, a lot larger than I thought they were going to end up being. Considering one of the trophies to achieve level 10 with Aurora, I thought that was the level cap. And that happens pretty fast. And then,
you do level up fairly quickly. I think just by the time I got my fairy wings, I think I was level 5. I thought that was pretty impressive. But I was a little intimidated looking at the skill tree.
Yeah, me too.
But you get a point every time you level up, and in classic Ubisoft style, there's tons and tons of available DLC and add-on content. I shouldn't say DLC. Well, add-on purchasable content to make your walk through the universe of Child of Light just that much easier.
Yeah, I get
So
the DLC. I saw there was something called the Golden Light Pack.
yeah, they have like 5 packs out there
Oh,
now.
they do? Okay.
Yeah, I was just checking, wondering if any of those things was going to make my journey a little bit more pleasant.
I wanted to make it harder rather than easier. The way all those packs listed or read what they did, it all just made it sound like it would make the game way too easy. So I just wanted to play it.
They do. There's one of them that adds an additional mission, which helps you get a pretty incredible upgrade at the end of it.
That's what drove me away was the pretty incredible upgrade part. I was like, I don't want that upgrade. I just want to play the game.
Yeah.
If it was just an extra mission, I guess I could not use the upgrade, but I don't know. I didn't want to be tempted with it. Just to finish up the trophy list, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8 trophies for various characters. So I don't know if you can use all those party members at the same time. That'd be a pretty huge party. I'd imagine it'd be 2 or 3, but that's it for the trophy list. Like I said, all pretty straightforward. The only one I'd be worried about would be the one you have to just interrupt 3 enemies at the same time, and then upgrade a skill to its highest level. I think you have to do like one branch of one skill tree. I don't know if you're on the levels or enough points to unlock the entire tree. But I don't know how long the game is, so I don't know if that's the case or not.
Heard that it's anywhere between 8 to 10 hours.
Yeah.
To get through it, which is pretty long for a PSN digital game. I was hoping or thinking I could dump 5 or 6 hours into it. 8 to 10 is pretty long.
Yeah. Anything else to say about that?
No, just impressed. Just waiting to get finished with it.
We didn't really talk about the Spiderman trophy list, so I wanted to brush on that just a little bit. It's basically the exact same trophy list as the previous game if you ever played that. Almost exactly the same. Except the collectibles seem to be like they're cut in half. Same idea, just not as much. So I don't know if
that's a good thing.
I kind of like the collectibles in the first one though.
Well, you don't like it with this new swinging mechanic, right?
No, I don't. That's right.
Okay.
So I guess you're right. That is a good thing. Then just there's a lot of chat going on in the chat room. I want to address some of that. They're asking about Daylight, which both of us have yet to play. I want to check it out. I should probably finish Child of Light and then get to Daylight. We got a lot of light coming out. We got Child of Light, Daylight, Dying Light, Dead Light. Way too much going on there. I don't even know what Dead Light is, but I keep hearing all this talk about it. I don't know what that is. Yeah, they're asking how that is, so I need to check that out, live stream that a little bit, see what it's about. Also got somebody asking about Wolf Among Us Season Pass. Justin's playing that now. That's pretty awesome. You excited for episode 4 that we're at? That should be coming out here pretty soon. Can't wait.
What's that now?
Wolf Among Us.
Oh.
Justin was saying he started playing it. And then he was also talking about Lego Marvel taking him 36 hours. And that sounds about right. That's usually all of them except Lego, the movie, are all about that length.
Oh. Cool.
Right. Anything else you've been playing that we haven't talked about?
Yeah, the only other things that I've been playing is
more Game of Thrones. You get that platinum? I
haven't. You know what? Out of all the games that I've been playing, I'm looking forward to playing Game of Thrones more than anything else. We talked about that last week, but I need to. I'm falling in the trap of Fliptriq, where I have so many games going on at the same time. I'm not finishing any of them.
I need to get that too.
But I think I'm okay. I'm on a straight and narrow path now. I made the decision on Sound Shapes, so I'm going to move forward with Child of Light, move forward with The Hobbit, jump back on Game of Thrones, and wrap some stuff up. But no, that's about it for me. I am looking forward to playing some of these new PSN releases. I'm just, to be honest with you, I'm not a big horror person. Not looking forward to playing the new PSN Daylight at all. So if it's anything like the I'm just not looking forward to it.
I've heard bad things about Daylight. I was intrigued by it. It's like procedurally generated, so each time you play the game, it's different. You're in a hospital, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Your only light source is your cell phone. So I've heard. The idea of it sounds really cool, but apparently it's not doing very well. It's pretty unfortunate.
Ah,
So
think otherwise since it's so inexpensive, right?
what?
I said it's so inexpensive, so you would think that it would sell a little bit better than it's doing.
Yeah. I don't know what. I haven't read specifics, so I didn't want to spoil the game for myself, so I didn't read too much into it. Yeah. Other than what we talked about, we've also got Rambo on the PS3 got released. You know, you're excited about picking that up once it gets cheap.
I am excited about that game, man. I just hope it falls into the it's so horrible, it's great. For all those looking for the plat on Rambo, there's it's pretty publicized that at the end there is an incredible difficulty ramp up in the last boss battle where it takes a little bit of luck and a little bit of pacification to get through it. It's the only thing that makes the game apparently so bad it's fun to just this game just sucks. And so for the good price of $9.99 or lower, I'll be happy to pick that up and run through it.
And then also I'm probably not going to get around to it. I got too much going on. Yeah, I want to play it. I like playing those bad games for some reason. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle. I remember this came out on 360 a long time ago. I guess it's finally making its way over to the PS3. And Yu-Gi-Oh! Millennium Duels, whatever that is. I know
card game for all those card games, yeah.
What console is that on?
You know what? Gosh, dog, I feel like I'm playing a card game right now with Destiny of Spirits. So, never a big fan of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Series. Have no idea.
Okay. It's probably PS3 because I know there were no Vita releases, so it's probably PS3.
Yep, but it's folks on the PlayStation Network seem to love it. It's got 5 stars, from 85 people. It's probably awesome.
That is it as far as releases for this week. So upcoming next week, we've got a decent week. God of War Collection comes out on the Vita. That's exciting. Stick It to the Man on PS4. Another pretty good puzzle platformer. It's not very long though, so I think it's about 5 hours long.
That's perfect.
Yeah. Sports Friends finally comes out. I know they've been talking about this game, I think, for 2 years. So I think I heard about it some convention 2 years ago. I remember it being out on the show floor. Everybody was like standing in a circle with PlayStation Move controllers, and whoever you tried to get them to move their controller, they jerk it without moving yours, and whoever if your controller jerks or moves or something, you're out, and whoever lasts the longest is the winner. So it's like a party game, but there's also a few other, I think they had 5 or 6 different developers that all made little sports games, and that's just one of the bunch.
That sounds interesting. You know what? Oddly enough, I'm really really excited for all those types of party games because they are fun. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. I had no idea what the game was, what it entailed. So that's some good stuff, man.
Then MLB The Show comes out on PS4 next week. And Outlast DLC, The Whistleblower, comes out on May 6th. So that's it for next week. Oh, we also have The Last of Us gets their patch on May 5th.
The last patch.
The Grounded DLC. So we'll get the Grounded difficulty, which they still haven't talked about much. So I still don't know how they're going to make the game harder. And I'm looking forward to it. You're going to play through it again?
No, because I'm going to play through it when the PS4 version drops, and
that is kind of rude of them to give it to us a month before the PS4 version. So it's it'll be fresh in everybody's mind. Everyone just played it.
But I am going to replat it on the PS4. It's gotten a big discussion about it on NeoGAF earlier today, and But really, it just brings back to light how much of a joy it is when you play a game that just perfectly melds good acting, good direction, and good writing, along with very, very, very just solid gameplay mechanics. So, yeah, really looking forward to it.
I'm gonna start our own little team, Trophy Chase podcast team.
I'm ready, man. I am absolutely 100% ready, and We'll just make sure we don't have that one lone sniper that sits up by itself and doesn't help anybody.
Yeah.
down on the ground there. We're going to keep that guy out.
I'm looking forward to it. Good multiplayer game to have everybody join on.
One of the more fun multiplayers I've had, literally, and I think we talked about this in several years. Really good multiplayer.
I enjoyed it. Looking forward to the new one. What else do I have going on? Just, I guess all we have left to talk about is some new stuff. Not, like I said, not a whole lot going on. Let's do trophies first. Not a great week. I don't know if I even synced my trophies, to be honest. But
Don't do trophies. Don't do trophies.
We probably shouldn't, but we're going to do it.
Oh, no.
Next week, though. Next week is going to be a good week.
All right.
I said that last week, and then just tried to experience real life for a little while, and it didn't work.
Real life is a good thing.
Anyway, I was at 4,253 trophies last week. Level 23, 32%. Now we're sitting at... Yep, I forgot to see my trophies. So, yeah. I know I played Child of Light, and I played Spiderman. I didn't get trophies in Spiderman. Got, I think, 7 or 8 trophies in Child of Light. I think I got another one in Destiny Spirits. I don't know. I forgot to say get some. I have no change at all. So that's awesome. You're sitting at 4,149 trophies, 65 platinums, level 22, 83%. You're going to catch up to my level if I don't kick it back in gear. But now you are at 4,177. Is that 28 trophies, 65 platinums? Hopefully get that 66.
Yeah, it's going to unfortunately come from Game of Thrones or The Hobbit before it comes from Sound Shapes. So.
Hopefully it's Sound Shapes. Actually, I don't want it to be Sound Shapes. I hope you don't finish Sound Shapes. I don't want that number to go to 68. You gotta catch up to your platinums before you are allowed to do that.
Oh, so disappointed. I had such high hopes for that game, man. You know what level's kicking my butt right now?
Which one?
It's the one where you take your little ball and you got to get there's a big giant red beam right up the middle, and these 2 guys on the side that just shooting lasers. They're just shooting lasers. There's 4 of them all, and you just have to pick up. Yeah, I know it's just killing me.
The one that drove me the craziest was the city one. We had to go up and down the sides of the buildings. That was the hardest one for me.
Was it? I'm afraid of that. If I can't get past this,
Also, there was another one. It was like, I think it was orange colored. I think it was called Mechanica or something like that. There were like spikes, I think, that shot from the 4 corners of the screen. Or maybe they were, I don't remember enough to describe it. It doesn't matter. I don't know. Some orange level was hard for me too. Anyway, to the new stuff.
You guys are scaring me,
man. You said last week you bought an Xbox One, and the only thing you like on it is that fitness game. Now you can do that on the PS3. You see that? Daily burn.
No, I haven't seen it, man. I saw it on the news update. I can't wait to tell me about it. I can't wait to look it up.
I was going to check it out after the stream, so I haven't
heard anything about it. That is amazing, actually.
I heard it's like $10 a month, but you get a free 30-day trial if you go to the Daily Burn website. You can do workout sessions, I think, from anywhere from 15 minutes to an hour long, and they're non-interactive lessons by like big people.
Okay, so no, that's good. So this is their answer to Xbox Fitness.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
I don't know why it's only on the PS3 and not the PS4, but whatever.
Oh, they have to migrate it over.
Personal trainers, that was the word I wanted. Yeah, so you have to check that out. I'm probably going to look into it. I don't know if there's trophies, probably not, since it's non-interactive. I think it's just videos that you're watching and you just go with it. So it's not as cool as, yeah.
The one thing that I will say, and I don't know if I mentioned this last week, but and that truly is, guys, and I hope I'm not just being a douche here, but it is really the only thing that I found intriguing. And but at the end of my workout, I think I told you this, guys. It asked me if I wanted to check my heart rate, and so I had this jacket and a T-shirt on. I had like a little Adidas zip up, And I just did a quick 15-minute workout before I realized I'm out of shape and I can't just get to the 30 minutes. And I said, sure, why not? Right? Hit that A button and connect. Was able to look through my clothes or how, I don't know what the hell it did, and measure my heart rate. So I thought that was pretty impressive.
Interesting.
Now the government has everything, even my heart rate.
Yeah, the Daily Burn app is out. I guess it's just an app. It's not even considered a game. So there's no trophies, but it is out, and it looks like
Okay.
just like personal trainer videos. $10 a month, 30-day free trial. So free to download to start off with. Anyway, Chariot. There's a new couch co-op platformer. I don't know who makes it, but from what I read, it sounds a lot like Ibn. Did you ever check that out? Or Brothers, I guess is another example. Seems like a lot of people try to do these couch co-op platformers. So not a whole lot about that has been announced. It's like an animated. You play like two little wizard-looking dudes or something. I don't know much about it, but it's coming. It's for PS4 sometime soon. I don't have a date. 2015, Techland said they would be bringing out Hellraid for Xbox One and PS4. This is the guys who brought you Dead Island 2, and the upcoming Dying Light. It's using the same engine as Dying Light, and it's a first-person hack and slash game, similar to Skyrim, I guess, but probably more along the lines of like the hordes of enemies rather than just a couple at a time.
Sure. Diablo, possibly? Is that too much of a stretch?
Probably. Well, no, that's like a first-person Diablo. Yeah, that sounds about right. That's probably what it is. Yeah. But if it's anything like Dead Rising, it's probably not going to be that great. I loved the first section of the first game, and then after that, I lost interest in both of the games. And then the second one was almost the exact same thing as the first. So, I don't know. Drive Club got a release date. Apparently, the hot week of this year is my birthday week, so that's kind of exciting. But October 7th is when Drive Club gets released, along with Lord of the Rings, Shadow of Mordor, and Alien, and Skylanders, and a few other things I'm forgetting. But now Drive Club as well, so
The good news.
Everybody will have something to play that week. It's like every genre is coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
You're so right, man. The good news is that we won't be forced to have to actually purchase Drive Club. So we'll be able to get a taste of it when it drops with PSN for free, and you're going to have 5 tracks, 10 cars in one country, right? I think that's the.
I didn't even do by country. Sure about the tracks and cars.
Yeah. And you can just have a ball and get the feel of it. You know, one of the things with Drive Club that I'm really interested to find out about, and we'll find out more, I guess, when we get closer, is the functionality of having this interaction with your friends. You know, what does it mean? Are we talking about being able to do 24-hour, drive stunts and have a team and rotate? I have no idea. I have no idea how this is supposed to work, but that concept is really intriguing to me. How do you race in cars with team members and win? Yeah, even if you lose. So we'll see.
Yeah, I'm intrigued to check it out. I'm not a huge racing fan game, but I always seem to try them for some reason, even though I know I'm going to get bored an hour into it. The PS4 update dropped yesterday, I think, or the day before. I think it was yesterday, though. I don't know. Added the, what do they call it? Some sort of video editing software. It's on the PS4 now.
Mm-hmm.
Similar to the Xbox One. I can't remember the name of it. But it looks really cool. It looks really similar to like a dialed down version of Sony Vegas. You can do a lot with it. Now we can actually take our videos that you make on the PS4, put them on a flash drive, throw them on your computer, upload them to YouTube. So that's exciting.
A lot more flexibility, huh? Instead of just pushing it and then manipulating it, pulling it back down. So that's good stuff.
You used to only be able to post it to Facebook. Now you can actually pull it off the console and do whatever you want with it. So
smart.
Yeah.
Smart. You would think that would be available on launch, but very smart.
You think so. You still can't attach external hard drives in the Xbox One. There's no external hard drive functionality at all, whether it's internal or external. Which is surprising. I don't know. But the Xbox One had the software, the video editing software day one. It's like different. Both consoles know what they need, and they're all just picking and choosing which one is more important to them in their little ladder of steps. So, I don't know. They're both doing well done.
Mm-hmm.
But this looks pretty cool. You're also able to dim the light bar now. You're able to use the touchpad for chat inputs.
Yep.
You're also able to, if you're live streaming from the console, you can archive your videos now, which you weren't able to do before. It would just disappear. So if you want like a backup file, it saves the video on demand in Twitch's archives. So that's pretty cool too, for those of you who are into streaming. And the last bit of news, we got Oddworld, new and tasty, releases June 9th, PS3, PS4, and Vita. It's $29.99. Cross-buy. One purchase gets you all 3 versions of the game, and there'll be 3 trophy lists, so you'll get tons and tons of trophies.
And what's the big word out there? It's that it will bring back the fans and new fans who haven't experienced the original games. Love this series. This goes back to my my golden years on the PS1. This series made me purchase the original Xbox O, right? The big giant super controller that was literally the size of my head, just so I can play The Stranger. So, man, I'm looking forward to this. Matter of fact, this is quickly going up my list, man, of my most anticipated games, man.
One of the first games I played on the PlayStation was Abe's Odyssey. Really loved that. I think I started Abe's Odyssey 2, but I don't remember finishing it, and I never played any more recent ones. I think I picked up both Munch's Odyssey and you're talking about Stranger's Wrath. I'm pretty sure I had that. So they were both released recently on PlayStation Plus. So
yes, it was. Yep.
Maybe I should catch up.
Yeah, man.
What were you about to say?
No, go ahead. I said you're right. It was available.
Okay. That was all I had to say. I don't have anything else in my subject. So, pretty short show this week. Not a lot to talk about. We got to get back into playing some games.
That's what it is, man. And but you know, it's not the week coming up, but I think the week after that, all heck's gonna break loose for everyone. So.
Oh, that reminds me. Watch Dogs had an 8-minute video they released describing the multiplayer. Did you see this at all?
I did see that, man. Very intrigued with it. You know, it's
Dark Souls with. It's like Dark Souls means Grand Theft Auto is what I kept getting from it. Just invading other people's worlds, sneaking around, trying to blend in with the environment, and then having a gunfight at the end.
You know, and doing a chase. So I guess there's different. There obviously is different missions attached to the actual invasion. Sometimes it's a hack. Sometimes it's assassination. Sometimes you got to do a hack and then get away. But I love the concept, and it's all persistent, meaning that, you know what, while you're playing your game, there's folks all around you, you know, playing the game with you, but in their own world.
Right. I thought the cell phone part was really cool, where the other guy hacked into his game with his cell phone and was controlling the street lights and playing as the cops from the phone. That's so cool that they're able to do that. I don't know how they pulled it off, but I think that's gonna be really, really cool. I'm gonna hate it because I'm gonna be live streaming the game. People are gonna hack into my game and know exactly where I'm at, and I have to hunt them down. But I think it's pretty cool. I'm excited. It looks so good.
It does look good. You know what? And I'm really this is a perfect example, folks, of why it's okay, and you never bash a developer when they want to delay the game. It is for a reason, right? And so let's applaud Ubisoft. And if this delivers as we expect, Flip, man, what an awesome new franchise they're going to have, man.
Yeah.
Look forward to Watch Dogs every year.
Yeah. That's what we need.
And if they get so good, they can be like Assassins, and you'll get 3 of them one year. Like we're going to have 3 of them this year. So it's awesome.
Yeah, I forgot that's happening. I hope they don't release them the same day. That's going to be frustrating if they do. But they probably will.
No.
What's that say? Share Factory. That's what they said the video editing software is called.
Yeah.
Share Factory. I haven't messed around with it. I just saw a video of it. Yeah. What comes out not next week, but week after that you're talking about?
Yeah. So that's that week of the 20th is Watch Dogs, Drakengard, which is the
Watch Dogs
The
27th, though, isn't it?
27th, right? And on the 21st, I guess that whole week is in my mind. It's just a really, really big week to me. Really big week. But Squaresoft releases Drakengard. It's the new game that
Oh, and
involves
Wolfenstein.
Wolfenstein. Yeah. So
I have to play
number
that.
of games coming out. I know those are two that I'm going to be heavy into, and I'm going to give myself a week to crush the Drakengard RPG.
You know what else is May 20th?
No, don't tell me what's up.
Transistor.
Oh, you're
My game.
hurting.
I know. I'm probably going to start with Transistor since it's probably the shortest. Then I'll have to switch over to Wolfenstein and find some way to finish that before Watch Dogs come up next week.
Well, I'm not playing Wolfenstein, so let me know how that is. I'll catch you on the stream on that one. But yeah,
Dragon Guard looks really cool too. I want to play it. That's the one with the characters' names are like 0 and 1.
yeah.
Okay.
She's
It looks so cool.
it's one of the. It is the first. It is the first classically mature Final Fantasy type game that's being released.
Yeah.
From Squaresoft, so I'm looking forward to it.
There's another Grid game coming out. Grid Auto Sport.
Really?
Comes out in June. I haven't seen this on the list, so I guess it just got announced recently. So June 27th, Grid 3. Auto Sport. That's weird. Yep. Cody's looking forward to Transistor too. I can't wait. That's my most anticipated indie game of the year. So,
Realm, whenever that comes out.
in 19 days. So that wraps up the show. Is there anything else you'd like to discuss? If anybody wants to call in, I still haven't figured out how to get the chat where people call in over the speakers. I need to do that. We need to screw around with that after the show and see if we can get that to happen. But if anybody's interested in calling, we can open it up right now, leave it going for a couple minutes, and afterwards we'll end the show. Pretty short this week. I expected it to go longer.
Ah,
Not a whole lot going on though.
it isn't, man. It's incredibly slow in the
Early
news.
summer. So it's usually what
You know,
happens.
folks are learning how to swim right now. They're getting ready for the river pool party. You know what though? In 2 weeks, in 2 to 3 weeks, it's going to get heated up really fast.
Yeah. So clear your backlogs while you can.
I know, right? And I'm creating more backlogs.
I know. Me too. Every day. I just need to finish what I started, stop starting new things, and just chip away at it.
Yes, indeed.
It's bad. I have way too many stories going on in my head. It's hard to keep it all straight.
Yeah, who knows, man? I might pick up Yu-Gi-Oh! Millennium Duels.
You're not going to play that.
No, I'm not going to play that.
Did you talk about Conception?
You know what?
What'd you think of it? What about those menus? Did you see those menus? That was my first impression, was loading that game up. Those menus look crisp. They looked great. I've never been impressed by a video game's menu, but that one, from the second I saw the press start screen for new game, I was impressed with that.
Yeah, it's a very beautiful game. Yeah, the most interesting character in the entire game is the High Priest, who is the most pervy priest in the world.
Yeah.
He just, every comment is like, man, I wish I was young and vital. But so just my experience was, hey, I've just coerced a girl into helping me make a star baby, a star child, and then I had triplets, and then I had a good relationship with 3 girls, and we went to the temple, and once she felt comfortable, we made star children.
Strawberries.
And I just, and I just realized, and it's okay. The game probably is I love the fighting mechanics. I love the whole management of your star children and the combinations of grouping them in like skill sets and versed skill sets to, and then the placement of your attack right within the middle of your enemy all plays a face. So it's a very complex, rich combat system.
I like the enemy design too.
Yeah, I think it's very interesting. I like that. I like the fact that you called this out last week, Flip, that it's very much like Persona, where you can actually engage your enemy in the actual dungeon, which I also think is It's pretty good. So the RPG elements, the fighting mechanics, all are fantastic. Um, I just felt like with all the games that I'm playing, I made enough Star Children. I had like 8 of them, man. I was starting to feel like Sean Kemp. I just couldn't do it, man. So I stopped.
Cody's saying he keeps buying stuff and adding it to the top of this huge backlog pile. I'm doing the exact same thing. I bought Octodad and Daylight and still have yet to play either of them. And I was really looking forward to Octodad. I really want to play that.
To Cody's point, there's a dude, I did the same thing. For folks who don't know, if you're willing to lose your money, right now there's a Golden Week sale. It's been going on for about a week on the PSN store. Tons of games out there on the cheap, including, which is what I purchased last night. Oh, yeah, if you want to, yeah, awesome, man. I purchased 2 games on there. Zone of Enders HD collection. I beat both of those games. It was always on my radar to get, and I think it's like $9 or $8. I don't remember because I'm looking at the screen and it says purchased. Let me look at.
Rain. Yeah, I don't know how much that is.
Zone of Enders.
Zone of Enders is
HD.
$10.49.
Yeah, so
plus otherwise $17.49.
Yeah, so I ended up picking up that. Ended up picking up Time and Eternity. Really looking forward to playing that. So I think that was another one like around $10 or $15. So tempting to pick up Muramasa Rebirth.
I've heard that so many good things about that. Yeah.
Oh man, that just hurt me. And I was again, and I still might do this. This is how horrible I am. Metal Gear Solid HD collection for the PS Vita.
That's so cheap.
It's so cheap.
$8.99.
Why not have it so I can play with it and go to sleep? While I'm playing it. And then there's a couple of fantastic RPGs, guys.
You've got Chrono Cross, Chrono Trigger, both great games. I haven't played Chrono Cross.
You're gonna go to walk through them? Okay. Yep. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Then Tales of Symphonia Chronicles came out last month for $40. It's already down to 10. If you're into that, that's a steal.
Thinking about jumping on that, yeah.
Persona 4 Golden for $14.62. PS3 version of the HD collection of Metal Gear Solid for $11.99, or you get the full version for $8.
Guys, jump on that. By the way, if you haven't picked it up, it is it's get it
2, 3 and Snake, or 2, 3 and Peace Walker.
That's right.
And then the Vita version is only 2 and 3, so it's actually probably better to go with the PS3 version.
And the trophies do not stack, by the way, so there's no benefit to getting the Vita version, guys. If you're going to get the PS3 version,
no, the trophies stack.
No, you don't have 2 separate versions because they have the sharing.
Right, and it's 2 platinums if you do it right.
What?
Someone's excited. Yes, as long as you have played the game after both versions came out, you can unlock the trophies just by turning the game on. I think is what I heard. Anyway,
I'll research that. That's awesome.
These Memories of Salsata. I've heard nothing but great things about that game. It's $20. Rain,
let me tell you, highly freaking recommend this game to anybody. What a fantastic Vita experience, flat out. And the trophy, the platinum, isn't horrible at all. You're gonna spend anywhere between 75 to 100 hours. So that gap is just based on your efficiency, but a really good experience.
Rain was a huge disappointment from last year. I think that was on my biggest disappointments of 2013 list.
Because of you, I never played it.
Yeah, it's not worth your time.
But I bought it though. That's what's
Soul Calibur 5 for $5. That's pretty cool. Justin's all about that Soul Calibur. Looks like everybody in the chat room. Wow, a lot of people like that. Zone of the Enders, you were talking about that. That's the game that sold tremendously well just for the Metal Gear Solid demo. I remember that. Dragon Ball Z, another game that just recently came out, already down to $10. The Battle of Z. It's actually, I played the demo, actually really enjoyed it. It was pretty cool. We also got Muramasa Rebirth for $7.49. Another game that just recently came out, Danganronpa. I don't know, it's like a weird ace attorney, a law meets. I think that's what it's called.
Do I get to point at somebody like this and say you're guilty?
I think
or it was you?
I think it's that awesome. Meets, what's that game called? You have the different rooms and you're trying to figure out who's like lying to you.
Yes, I know what you're talking about. I don't know.
I can't
Sorry.
remember. I was just talking to somebody about the game the other day. Anyway, it's like both those 2 games put together, and it's like also has some like weird time-based rhythm touching stuff. I don't know. It's weird. It looked really weird, like rhythm-based gameplay, like Guitar Hero stuff type stuff. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, Time and Attorney. What's that?
RPG looks good. It's made by our favorite developers, NIS, I believe.
I don't even know the NIS
Our
thing.
published, yeah, NIS America. So looking really forward to that. Very pretty. It's with respect to the art style, it looks like anime, cartoon coloring, but it looks very good. And apparently, it's not that difficult of a plat. So I'm going to be jumping on that fairly quickly.
All these characters look exactly the same. All of these women around this table look exactly the same, just different color hair.
Hey man, if their hair is different, they're a different person.
Okay. They should all look the same. Saint Seiya Brave Soldiers. I don't know what that is. $15. You know what that is?
No.
Altair Aisha, Alchemist of Dusk, and then there's another one out here, The Adventure of Arland,
Yeah.
and The Apprentice of Arland. I've heard these are good, but I've never played them.
All the Altair games are really good. The only thing that's concerning about all of them is that they're all 100+ plats.
Virtue's Last Reward, that's what it was called.
What?
The door game where you try to make sure people aren't lying. You have the watches. We were talking about it when I was describing his Virtue's Last Reward. So someone just said it in chat. Continue.
Yep, no. I was just going to say they're all time sinks. Every last one of them.
Yeah. So not something I should start, right? Good game. Should wait on it. Wait till I have more.
Yeah. I'll let you know what Time and Eternity is and how long I take it. That apparently is a really good. More of a less of a time sink, and I know that I'm going to be going right back into an RPG at the end of this month.
Yeah. Hyperdimension Neptunia Victory. Is that the music dancing game?
No,
it's not.
I don't know.
I thought it was.
I thought this was another RPG.
Yeah, it is. No, this screenshot makes it look like a rhythm-based Guitar Hero type RPG. But you're also in a dungeon. I wonder what the mini-map's going on. This looks like something I might want to check out, just to see what it's about. And then we got some weird DVR stuff right there. What is this game? Now we're fighting Pac-Man ghosts.
Yeah, I thought that was impressive as well. They're all purple or fuchsia.
Now it looks like the tech world in Saints Row 3. That's what that dungeon looks like. I don't know what this game is, but I'm intrigued. I want to look into it. Armored Core Verdict Day. I don't know what that is.
That game looks absolutely wonderful for $5. I haven't researched it yet. It just looks like an absolute guilty pleasure where you're flying around in a mech just shooting things, and you're all 10 feet off the ground. It looks really good. So for $5, I might pull the trigger on that. I feel like this is just Steam level prices at this point.
Yeah, I think that's what they're trying to compete with. Because it seems like they're doing flash sales every month at least, and they're just super cheap. So I would imagine they're trying to compete with Steam because people are trying to say that console games need to be on par with that. And we've got the Devil May Cry HD collection for $8.99. 3 games. Not that bad.
Not bad at all for all 3 of them. And I'm just realizing I'm never going to platinum it. So that's the only reason why I didn't pull the trigger on it. But man, how can you pass up $8.99?
And Rising Revengeance, I hated that game so much.
Okay.
$14.99. I know
we're going to bump heads on this one there, Flip, because I loved Revengeance. I thought it was an awesome game across the board. There's I just have to go through the entire mission, all the missions, and get the S rank. The only thing that made me stop, and I might just purchase the game just so I can have it in my backlog, just in case I do it, is that the S mission for the very last boss fight requires you to essentially block every one of his shots until he gets frustrated with you. That process takes about 20 minutes.
Oh, wow.
And then once he gets frustrated with you, you go through your combos and you eventually kill him. But the difficulty level of getting through those blocks are kind of problematic. Not incredibly hard to do, but
that was one of the few games I regretted starting.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't like how precise you had to be with the ninja mode or whatever. You're like cutting people's arms off to get the collectibles. I It was,
You know what? It was very difficult in the beginning, but man, by
and that first boss, that I don't even think it was a boss, that metal dog thing that you fight at the very beginning, that was
yeah,
way harder than it needed to be. I couldn't do it. It took me
there
forever.
are. I can tell you this. There's a fighting style that you have to fight with that isn't explained anywhere in the actual game, and I ended up having to go to YouTube because I went through the same thing, even with the demo. I said, why can I beat this freaking boss? Why is everybody posting these scores, knocking this boss out in a minute and 20 seconds, and I'm dying? And then once I got the rhythm down and I realized what I had to do, the time blocking mechanics and all that good stuff, the whole game became a breeze to me, and I just ran through the entire thing.
Maybe I'll have to look into it, give it another chance. Because I'm pretty good at those hack and slash games.
This is a highly recommend Metal Gear Rising. I thought it was so much better than I first anticipated.
Yeah.
Really impressed with the game. I just hate the fact that I gotta dodge somebody and let somebody block somebody for 20 minutes to I just think that's ridiculous.
Yes, it is. Anything else you want to talk about before we end the show?
No, I think I'm good, guys.
All right. Thank you everybody for watching. Had a good show this week. A little bit on the short side, but like I said, not a whole lot to talk about. Hopefully we have some more content next week, and the following week we should have a lot to talk about. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. Hopefully stay tuned. We go live every Thursday, 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 o'clock Eastern time. Twitch.tv/Fliptriq. You can always follow me on Twitter at Fliptriq. Follow DMC at DMC_123. Always tweeting whenever we're about to go live with the show. And we will see you next week. Yeah,
Adios. Yep.